Hi, ladies. How are you guys doing today?
Good. How
Hey,
are
good. How
you?
are you?
Good. I'm Tweety Lee too. I'm the editor in chief of BrownStyle Magazine, and I believe I talked to both of you back when I worked at BET.
I think so.
More than likely.
Yes. All right. So my first question for you guys is: this season seems explosive thus far. What is the biggest lesson you learned this season?
Good.
I can start.
Okay.
My biggest lesson that I've learned is to be more in control of my impulses and just having more self control.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, I guess my biggest lesson this season, I don't know really. I would just have to say maybe just like, not just making sure, even though I do a good job on like controlling myself, just like really just mastering that. Like I have to like still do better because it's like I kind of snapped a couple times and I'm like, I don't need to be doing that. I need to do better. Like for
It's the
real.
journey.
It is.
It's
Work in
always
progress, honey.
so. Both of you are boss women. How do you guys balance work-life balance?
As I was saying before, I'm like you, I found it very helpful and important to take time out for yourself.
Yeah.
Once you take that time out for yourself, I feel like it just gives me the energy to kind of conquer everything else that's happening and to also not put so much pressure on myself and knowing that there's, hopefully going to be another day where I can handle some of this other stuff. So, you do as much as you can and you do your best doing it. And that's all we can do.
Right.
I realize that when you have a lot going on, something is not going to be at 100%. It's
Right.
just certain things ain't. And just coming to the realization of that and just, sometimes as Black women, we beat ourselves up like, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, and because you are being like everything to your kids and your family. And then we do forget about ourselves sometimes. So I agree with having your me time or finding that thing that gives you satisfaction, to give you that little extra jolt you need to like rejuvenate and revive and refocus. And just realizing that, you're not perfect and everything's not going to be great all the time. Just let it be.
So for both of you, what's the one thing that just instantly brings you joy?
My kids bring me
My
joy.
kids,
Yeah.
same.
My kids, my family.
Spoken like
Yeah.
true moms.
Yeah. My boys.
Nice. um, so how do you feel like you've grown since your first season on Love and Hip Hop?
Well, honey, my damn fashion damn show done grew. Because baby, the level up is real.
You always come through with outfits.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think that it's been 12 years. If you haven't evolved in 12 years, there's something wrong with you. And I do know some people who have not evolved.
Ooh, me too, honey.
So with that being said, the evolution, is real.
Right. How about you, baby?
I agree. I feel like when I first came on this platform, I kind of had like imposter syndrome a little bit. I'm like, oh, this is not really my thing. So I was just kind of like playing the back for a long time. And I just feel like I've evolved as a person and just say, you know what, I'm here and I'm going to make it do what it do. And, just become like a bigger and better businesswoman and overall just better person, making better decisions.
I love that for both of you. So Brown Style is all about self-care, opulence, unity, and love. So I wanted to know from you guys, what is a self-love act that you do every day to continue your soft life?
Oh, that's so cute. You want to go
That's
first?
cute. Yes. So every morning when I wake up, the first thing I do is, I pray. I try to meditate, I'm still working on the meditation part because I'm a little, spacey. So I'll journal. I have my own journals that I created. They're on my House of Shimmer website. So I journal, I meditate, I pray, and I try to get in some Pilates.
Nice.
Yes, as much as possible.
Awesome.
What was the question initially though? I'm sorry.
What's your favorite way of self-love? So what's your favorite self-love act?
Well, one thing I would say is I fast.
Okay.
So, I think that really just like helps my life. Like for real, and
Right.
then it's just as far as me, like I just I like having like my space. There's a specific space at my home I sit at, and I'm really pretty, and I can just kind of pray and like focus, and I like talk to myself and I try to like pour into myself, just to keep me strong and focused and just be ready to take on. Because although I try not to let things get to me at difficult times or just in life period, you still just need that extra oomph sometimes. And, so I just kind of just make sure I just take time myself. And I know this is super simple, but like we spend a lot of times in our cars living in Atlanta, driving around. So I need silence, like complete silence and just focus time just to think,
I love that. All right. So if you guys could describe your current mindset, what would it be?
I would say peaceful for me, just at peace. Yes.
Awesome.
Right now I'm focused and I'm like hungry to grow and like expand in like my business avenues. That's where I'm at right now. But personally, I feel very I feel peaceful, and secure.
Good. And what advice do you have for other moms in particular who want to find their ways to a soft life?
I say do not let anyone shame you into not getting help, because a lot of mothers, they think, oh, well, I don't want to have a nanny, or I don't want to get any help, or I don't want to. I say if you can find your village, really get a village that you can trust, and it will make your life so much easier, because you can get some consistent breaks, and in that space you'll be more successful.
Great advice.
Make sure that you put yourself to the forefront, because we the chef and the maid and the doctor and the everything, so we got to put ourselves to the forefront. Just make sure we don't feel guilty doing it, because that's what happens with us. We feel guilty about wanting to do our own thing. You know what I mean? Because we take care of everybody. So don't feel guilty. Do it. Take the time you need and do what you need to do for you.
I love that. And what's next for you ladies?
I'm just expanding my businesses as well. I have the House of Shimmer. We have hair extensions. I'm adding new hair care products. I have books. I'm going to continue writing books because I found that it's really been like a cathartic space for me to be in. So I'm just going to, develop myself as an author a little bit more.
I love that.
I love it. Just continuing to grow my brand press, pushing out more amazing products, fashions, of course. Frost Bistro and Bar, we may be looking to expand, so I'm excited about that. Also, me and Kirk have started our own production company. Well, we've always had like a production company, but we're actually doing a documentary about our lives, and it's called The Journey. And I'm very glad to be behind the camera, in front of the camera, and also getting a story out there that people really need to hear, which is the complete story of our life together.
Nice.
That we still living, child.
Well, congratulations to both of you. We look forward to seeing what you guys have coming up next. I know it's going to be amazing. And please keep BrownStyle updated on all the things that you guys have going on.
BrownStyle, are you going to be watching this season?
Yes, of
You
course.
tuned in on Tuesday?
Yes, I got
All right.
you.
Sure.
All right. Thank you. Have a
Take
good one,
care.
guys.